All right, I'm back. It's been a couple days. A lot of stuff going on, like always. Gonna work on some of the armor. I'm gonna bring back some of the highlights. Maybe work on some of the gold. I don't know if I'll get that far today. Let me get this up so I can have my phone over here with that app that helps me see the chat a bit. So, here we go. You might notice the light looks different on this camera. I got new bulbs. They actually look a lot better. Studio bulbs, not my hot light bulbs here, but some LED crees or something. They're actually really nice. But I'm still getting this. I ordered a new arm for this camera, for the palette camera, because I'm getting this weird glare. I'm trying to find a way to get rid of the glare on there. If anybody has any suggestions on how they set up their palette cam, I'd love to know, because it's driving me nuts. But here we go. I'm going to bring back some of the highlights on here. I think to do that, use some. Picked up some of this instead of lamy. I'm going to try some glaze medium and just do some thin coats and some highlights. I'm just going to add some white to what I had. So I'm going to throw some glaze medium down. And let me see. It's ivory. I don't want that. I do want some just plain white. Let me reach it. Yeah, I'm just using some Vallejo white, and I'm gonna just make. You can see that. Take some of this glaze medium. Some of this. Ooh, that purple's really watery. Add some white to it. Not much. I want it to basically be, since it's the first. I don't know if I like that. Move it over here. Get some new purple down. It's really watery. I think I spilled some water on it when I was messing around. I noticed I wasn't getting as good of a seal on there on the wet palette, so I started putting the band on, and it seems to have helped a little bit. But I think when I was messing around with it, some water splashed up and got on everything. But I kind of want to keep with what I was doing. So let me just get on here. I should probably zoom in a little bit, but worry about that later. Okay. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. All right. So shooting for where the light's coming from, which would be up in here above. Kind of just start to work around. Now, normally, I think I said last time, when I paint something gold, I like to start with a black. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go back and paint some things, the edges of all that armor. I'm going to have to paint black. I want to see what it looks like without it first. But the way this pulled in the edges is really going to help. Almost. I'm going to start to lose. Get this over here a bit. pen, just more plain purple in there. Rolling it off. All right, I'm gonna hit here. Why is that? Hold on, changing something. The white balance is getting messed up. Forgot to turn it off. Auto. Okay. So just work out just a little bit of the highlights in there. Might be too much. I'm using just very little bit of paint. Just want to just put a little bit of glaze medium on there by itself. Let me get what I want to do. It's too much. Gonna let that dry for a while. Now I don't need to go very far down that side. Because that would be in shadow. I'm trying to erase some of that. Now, I am just trying to relearn, and I'm watching other people's videos. Doing painting like this is new to me. So it's real. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I don't know. I need to take a class. This glazing stuff is tough if you're not used to painting like that. I mean, I used to just do a lot of dry brushing and layering, like the GW way, where you kind of just build up layers of highlights and stuff on using almost straight out of the bottle. But really, these really thin layers of color, it's hard to do. It's hard to learn. It's hard to retrain my brain to do that. But I'm working on it. Not sure I'm doing it right. If you see something I'm doing wrong, let me know. And why aren't you focusing? I'm just hitting down in there. It's this stupid staff that keeps throwing the camera off, I think. But I'm just hitting, trying to bring back some of that original color mostly. And leave the shadows in there. The wash did a good job of darkening in those recesses, so that's quite helpful. Trying to build up the color on the top of this pad. It's going to be maybe easier to see on here. Let that dry. Come back in a minute. Let's hit this one. For some reason I lost. Let me get a little more white in there. It's a little too watery. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not used to this wet palette yet. I'm still not sure if I like it over the other one. It looks nicer. And I love the gray foam sponge, but I don't know. Take some water and blend this. It's really hard to angle this the right way. There, that's starting to pull up the right way. Yep, just takes a while. This is not for the impatient. I forgot to hit that side. I'm just sitting, when I reach over this way, there's a little thing of paper towel that I use to just dampen things off a bit. Or dry things off or take away. Or I use my, like everyone else, use my thumb and wrist. Go back up there a bit. Now I wanted to wait and see how would it look like with this first initial highlight, bring it back in. I don't want it super pastel purple. So I don't want to go too light, but we'll see what it looks like when the gold gets done. That's 2. It's not sitting where it needs to sit. Let me move up here a bit. Just hitting where the light might catch some of that. This one not. And there just probably the most. So I'm gonna quick let that dry a bit. Not liking that pad, but we'll see. It keeps getting rubbed off. Actually, let me see a quick. I'm trying to do something I haven't done. That doesn't work. Oh well. Building up some purple. I lost some of the depth on that elbow. And a little bit more white. That looks no good. This eye part's going to be gold, so I'm leaving that top part of that eyelid's going to stay the way it is. It's looking better. It's feeling nicer. I don't know if that's even a word, but it's feeling like it's getting on there better. Dampen that a bit. Oh boy. Oh, do I miss you? Maybe. Shouldn't you be working? How's it going at the new job? Hey, they said 4 to 6 weeks. And it's going to be back together. Yeah, I talked to Steve this morning. He said they don't have you doing anything. We were talking about you. We're worried about you. That sitting around doing nothing for $45 an hour might drive you crazy. How handsome are you? I can't see you. Are you talking in general or right now? Yeah, I have actually one time. I need to go back there. I saw someone brought in. They have a bunch of old board games in there. And they have like a first or second edition Blood Bowl. I want to see how much they're trying to get rid of it for. I might stop in there tomorrow afternoon because it's been about I have to go check out, see if my Hobby Japans are in. Oh no. Got some purple in there. I'm going to do a little more white. It's not sitting on that edge like I need it to. Vallejo actually right now. Just these two colors. This, what is that? This blue violet. And just some straight white. It keeps going out of focus. I haven't really hit in here. I got just some. Yeah, straight white. I'm sure it is. Mr. Straight White Male. So what else you been doing? You've been hiding lately. Just working? I'm worried about you. I said, oh my God. I'll have to call and tell you. I didn't say anything horrible. Just people. I know. Came out of retirement. Dummy. Dummy. Let's see. Let me see if I can get out of the shadow here. Not happy with up here. And this pad is not making me happy. You should build in paint someday. Maybe if you don't go back, maybe if you don't retire and then unretire, you would have had time. Getting some of the Drucci Violet wash. I don't even think I'm saying that right. This pad seems to have lost some of its shadow. I'm going to hit just some darker area. Oh, well, thanks. You're complimenting? Are you feeling okay? It's almost too much. Yeah. Darn it. Yeah, I don't know how I can either. It's getting to be a problem. Going back with this is brightening up some of this. I kind of like it. So I'm going to do more of that with just the wash in the deeper areas. It's this big. Yeah, you sit in a chair. That's what I'm hearing for the entire day for $45 an hour. So it's looking kind of washed out on camera. Just trying to align. Yeah, the wash looks good. Hey, look, I followed your advice. I sprayed this. And I put my X-Acto mat under it, so when I do other stuff, it's going to look better. See, I listen to you sometimes. All right. I'm going to work on the cloth a little bit. So let me get some of that glazing medium, a little bit of that blue. I didn't like how bright this was, so I might be dialing it back after a bit. Let me see what it looks like on here. It's gonna go over the whole thing with this to dampen it a bit. I'm not going to lose those shadows because it's thin enough that you're going to see through it. Yeah, all the big shots. I wish I was a big shot. Actually, no, I don't. Alright, gonna do... Yeah, this might look too much like his skin. No. It's going okay. Yeah, not liking that. I know. I need a new one. Or maybe I am on the moon. I can fake a moon landing too. This is not... I'm going to have to do the opposite here and work down. I'm liking some of that highlight, but not a lot of it. It is a flat earth. That's what it is. You got me. I feel special. You're my only viewer. You're such a good friend. Or you're trying to get away from your wife for the evening. I don't know about you. Looks alright. Blending that in. That's some of the Dragunov Nightshade wash that I'm just kind of putting in. Darker areas, deeper areas. Jamie is in shower, I think. I'm not going to worry about... That's dark enough. Let me just get a tiny, tiny bit of white. I just jacked it up. Watching Jesus. Jesus or Jesus? Why the stupid thing goes out of focus so much? Just gonna hit these. Very edges and ends. Wait, what? Glitching? Is it back? Why am I out of focus? Oh, it's driving me nuts. I don't know. Just imagine I'm always talking dirty to you. You buy any kits lately? Other than the lion? I am. Gotta spend time on the ass. Really? Why that lion? Was it supposed to go with some? Was it part of like a Tarzan or something? Especially if you get it from him. The reason I'm spending a lot of time here actually is this is where a lot of light would catch that, so I'm trying to make sure it's highlighted appropriately. I did a Kickstarter, another one. It's a Cthulhu game, but they turned like this giant Cthulhu statue into like the game board. So it's a giant Cthulhu that comes with it. I won't be getting it for a long time, but it's huge. I'm a sucker for my Cthulhu. There, that's actually looking okay. Yeah. Still don't think people should. I don't even think this company that does these Kickstarters should be doing them because they're pretty pretty well off already, but they get me. Okay. So now decision time. Do I paint the gold black first, or do I think keep sliding, or I just do the gold? I kind of feel like I have to do a black first. So that's what I'm going to do. Going to base it in black first. Mm, 47 minutes. That's how long we've been going. Claws. I'll probably do those in black. And then highlight them. Let me just go ahead and knock those out. Since they're kind of bird feet, I'll start with black. I'll gray them up later. But I want somewhere to start. Yeah, I'm sorry it keeps going out of focus. It has a lot to do with all the different angles things are coming in and out of. Thanks, man. It's getting there. I think. We'll see. The purple might need to be dialed back a bit. I don't know. I think the gold, once the gold's on the edges, it's going to really tell me what I got to do. If it's going to look great or not. I mean, good. Thad, be careful. Johansson's in the chat. Thad, how are your stormtroopers coming? I know, he's everywhere. Just like a bad rash. He's always itchy. Now, I was going to darken these spikes on his legs, but I haven't decided yet. I started to. I can't get them to look right. I'm going to come back to it later. All right. Trim. So let's start there. How focused is this? How many times has a boss man called wondering how much longer you got? That's hard to hold. That's out of focus. Sorry. And I'm shaking. Shouldn't have been power washing the driveway before I started this. That's true. I like that idea. Nope, he can't. He sent me my last one really late. So it was hard for, yeah, you can't really complain if you got stuff. I got mine, I think, like 2 months late. Oh, that was too much. Too much black fell in. Ugh. Yeah, what you gonna do? I should not have attached this arm. Maybe it wasn't 2 months. No, it was late. I remember that. It was over a month. Where was I? only had 2 months to do it. And 2 months is like a flash. Yeah, I totally should not have attached this arm. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera or the chat. Hang on. Yeah, so I'm just painting this all black. It's not even going to matter later on because it's so I can paint it gold and have that gold pop just a little more. Let's see that black line. Ugh. Sure, looking at the top of my head is awesome. Yeah, if anyone's ever building this miniature, leave that arm off. I attached it because I didn't want to lose the piece because I knew it would be a long time before I got to it, but man, it's tough. Luckily that one's hiding some of that symbol that you don't even have to get to. Ugh, I got purple on his arm. Alright, I'll be alright. Ah! I do too. That's why. Oh man. Gosh, purple. I do too. Sometimes just can't do it. Like you see, I was watching like in my Hobby Japan. A lot of time those guys paint that stuff on the sprue and then just clean it up when they're done. And it's so weird. There's a weird purple dot in there. Oh my god, I'm shaking. Yikes. All right. The rest of this should be pretty straightforward. But every time I say that, things go sideways. I need to raise this up a bit. It's just not, doesn't feel right to paint that low. Mr. Nail, sorry I missed you. I've been looking at this other one that only has the Twitch chat, so I haven't looked over there in a minute. Yeah, pick one of these up. They're like $8. This one's pretty nice. I have a bunch of some other ones. I don't think I showed anybody. I 3D printed this one at work. It's okay. But I have another one too, some other smaller ones that I like. But yeah, the painting handles, I don't know how I did things without them. It's one of those life-changing tools. Especially as I'm getting older. It's much harder. My hands get so tired so fast now. That's almost why I'm thinking about switching airbrushes from my Badgers, or to a Badger from my Iwatas, just because they're thicker and hard. Because my hand starts to cramp up on my Iwatas. I gotta somehow get this screen over here so it's easier to see when YouTube chat comes up. Ugh. Damn it. And again, this black is just an undercoat. Before I forget, Let me get this blue. All right, halfway. And then how long has this been going? An hour? Oh my god. It shatters your nerves sometimes. Painting this small again. So this is where I need the finger rest. Which this painting handle is missing. Ooh, that got a little thick there. Oh well. Gold should hide some of that. I don't even think you guys can see it. All right, don't touch his face. And I just got purple where I didn't want it. Or black where I didn't want it. I don't even think you can see it. Yeah, you can. Oh, this sucks. Pretty easy fix though. Actually, may have helped a little bit. Brighten up that spot. All right, back to black. That's why I was looking funny. I was missing the edge. Okay. I'm gonna paint the inside of the eye like red or something. Actually, no. I'm gonna do a gold, but different kind. Anybody's watching. I just finished season 3 of Mr. Robot last night. I love that show. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Or at least check it out. The music is so good. I want to write the director a letter. He had to be an Art Bell fan because all the music that he puts on there is a lot of Art Bell's old bumper music. And I loved all that stuff. I became a big fan of a lot of that stuff. And to hear it, someone else appreciate it, it's really good. But yeah, if you haven't watched Mr. Robot, it's a good show. I'm pretty far. I'm late to the party. I gotta get caught up on stuff. Vikings, I gotta finish getting caught up on too. So that's next. There's that. You can see it, the black. Almost done there. Gotta somehow get in here without jacking things up. I think I did. I think that arm is done, except for in here. Do not want to get it on his head. go. Getting off camera. All right, one arm left. Oh, just did. It's a tiny, tiny, like single bristle line that I messed up. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it if you look very carefully. It's right there. Got it. All right, back. I'm going to stop after this black and do the gold next time. I need a break. Oh, seriously? Of course. I knew it. Knew it. Let me fix that before I do anything else. Back to my Deepkin flesh. A little bit of, let me just grab some of this blue. Some of that. God. There. I'm gonna try, check it out later. It's almost too bright. Oh well. Try to knock it back just a bit. Mistakes, gotta love them. All right. Come back to that later. Actually, let me look at it from normal distance. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter in the long run. Come back to where I stopped. It's like walking a tightrope. Yeah, this is the good thing about the handle, Rusty, if you're still there, is being able to hold things upside down pretty still. And you can even fashion a little block of wood, put a pin in it to hold like different heads and things, whatever you're working on. It's off camera, I'm sure. That's hard to see. All right, last step. Elbow and then the wrist. I think I hear the hedgehog on the wheel. Upstairs. Ugh. I'm gonna guess here. I think I got too much in there, but we'll see. Yeah, that's absolutely cool. The wheel. Okay. Gonna get this wrist done. Finish touching up that head. And I'm going to call it for the night. And I just jacked up that. Oh, man. Might be able to salvage some of that. I got too much. Is right. If I can knock it back a bit, it might just look like part of the shadow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. I missed. Down there a little bit. All right. Back to that wrist. Gonna get underneath. So how many times did I screw up today? Yeah, if I would have left these arms off, it would have went so much smoother. Again, if you're painting this model, leave the arms off. Paint them separate. It would have been so much easier to get in there. All right, let me touch up his head a bit. So you can still see, well, maybe you can't, that spot on his head. I'm going to fix that. I'm just pulling in some of this blue. And some of this, I think it was Nolan oil that got spread around. Let me just tap that. And I'm just doing a tiny, tiny little highlights here so that kind of matches that part of his head. Of course, I got it into his nose. There. All right, I think that's where we are for today. Gonna stop. Gonna come back and do the gold next time. And we're there. Don't like the blend on this one horn. I'm gonna do it fast enough, I can fix it. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay. All right. Gonna stop there, and I will talk to you later.